A penny lies on a railroad track, crushed under the first train of the night. On its own, it's insignificant, but here, on Daingerfield Island, it's the first clue in a nightmare that will consume lives. This is Scarpetta, 2026, Season 1, a suspense-filled crime thriller starring Nicole Kidman as the world-renowned forensic pathologist, Dr. Kay Scarpetta. Scarpetta is more than a doctor. She's a detective of the dead, someone who reads the silent screams of victims. The night begins with horror. As the train passes, we see the body of a nude woman, perfectly staged, lying near the tracks. Her hands are missing. Her arms are restrained behind her back. Every detail tells a story, but one that is horrifying and deliberate. At this moment, Scarpetta is pulled from her sleep by Ryan, a dedicated officer. A homicide. She notices a note from Benton Wesley, her partner in criminal profiling, explaining his absence. Even when absent, Benton's presence is felt in every detail. At the crime scene, officers August Ryan and Blaise Fruge greet Scarpetta. Relief flashes across their faces. They trust her, even in the face of unimaginable brutality. Scarpetta quickly assesses the scene, snapping photos and observing every detail. The victim has been deliberately mutilated, a hallmark of a sadistic killer. Then, Scarpetta spots something small but critical: the crushed penny. A penny, crushed, forgotten, yet it holds the key to a link stretching decades into the past. To understand the present horrors, we must travel back 28 years. The young Scarpetta, portrayed by Rosie McKimmon, is awakened in the night by Detective Pete Marino. Another murder. Her first thought is practical: get dressed, have coffee, and ensure her daughter Lucy is safe. Lucy is intelligent, curious, and precocious, but in this world of killers, innocence is fragile. Scarpetta arrives at the scene in Berkeley Heights, greeted by a nervous officer, August Ryan. Scarpetta immediately trains him on the importance of preserving the crime scene. She reassures him, sharing that she herself vomited during her first violent murder. Inside the Peterson home, Kay meets Matt Peterson, an actor and husband of the latest victim, Lori Peterson, a surgical resident. Matt explains that Lori was usually home by 12:30 p.m. and he returned from a late recital at 2 a.m. A sour maple smell permeates the bedroom, unsettling even Scarpetta's seasoned senses. In the bedroom, Scarpetta has a vision, a forensic intuition that goes beyond mere observation. The ligature around Lori's neck tightens with movement, just as it did in previous murders. Scarpetta imagines the attack unfolding. The killer started in the bathtub, restraining and forcing Lori, then staged the body in a nightgown to erase evidence. She notices the bathroom window screen is popped out, a potential entry point. No victim is truly safe. No detail is trivial. Every object, every smell, every position of the body contributes to a killer's sinister signature. The tension rises as Scarpetta uncovers small but vital clues: a knife hidden in a drawer, a bathtub filled with water, and most importantly, the realization that the previous victims were all single, while Lori is married, indicating the killer is escalating. Back in the present, Scarpetta is sworn in as Virginia's chief medical examiner. The weight of authority rests on her shoulders, but so does a personal responsibility to her family, to her staff, and to the victims whose voices she must speak for. Colleagues like Maggie Cutbush and Dr. Elvin Reddy welcome her back. Reddy, now the health commissioner, is a reminder that even professional life is filled with politics and tension. Maggie, loyal but independent, struggles with Scarpetta's authority. In the mortuary, Scarpetta autopsies the Daingerfield Jane Doe. She listens to Matt Peterson's police interview from years ago, piecing together the past with the present. Flashbacks reveal Lori's personality: intense, intelligent, a loner, but captivating. Matt recounts their Harvard meeting, his immediate fascination with her voice, and his struggle to connect emotionally through acting. But suspicion clouds every conversation. Pete Marino, frustrated and opinionated, challenges Scarpetta's instincts. He labels Matt with derogatory words, prompting Scarpetta to assert control. His prejudice won't cloud the investigation. Meanwhile, reporters swarm outside the scene. Abby Turnbull presses for answers, digging into legal nuances and forcing Scarpetta to remain professional while protecting her team. Scarpetta's focus never wavers. Every tiny clue, every pattern, nothing is random. In a flashback, the young Scarpetta meets Benton Wesley, the FBI profiler. Benton carefully explains the killer's profile: intelligent, organized, obsessive, likely starting as a peeping Tom, now escalating to murder. Scarpetta immediately senses a sadistic intelligence. At home, Lucy engages with an AI version of her deceased sister, Janet. Family tension runs high. Dorothy Farinelli, Kay's flamboyant aunt, constantly challenges her authority. Scarpetta must balance family, work, and the ever-present shadow of the killer. No one expected what happens next. The smallest clue, the crushed penny, becomes a bridge connecting past and present murders. A pattern emerges, a sinister repetition stretching over decades. Suspicion reaches a boiling point. In the past, the partial fingerprints on Laurie's body appeared to match Matt Peterson. Pete is quick to judge, Scarpetta cautious. She knows the killer forced Laurie to strangle herself repeatedly, a signature move meant to psychologically dominate. Matt may be connected, or he may be a convenient scapegoat. In the present, Scarpetta returns home to family tension. Dorothy argues with her about Lucy, who is increasingly obsessed with AI Janet. Scarpetta balances parenting with the need to protect Lucy from the darkness of her work. At the Daingerfield crime scene, Ryan presents a kettlebell, the likely murder weapon. Scarpetta theorizes the killer struck the victim, transported her to Daingerfield Island, and finished the murder there. Then the shock. Prints on the kettlebell match Matt Peterson. Scarpetta freezes. Something is wrong. Matt doesn't fit the pattern. Could the investigators have the wrong man? Flashbacks reveal more patterns. The killer's cruelty is ritualistic: missing hands, staged bodies, specific objects placed to taunt investigators. The signature stretches across decades. Scarpetta's intuition tells her the killer is smarter and far more dangerous than anyone suspects. The tension builds. Every revelation twists the knife deeper, leaving viewers wondering, who is the real killer? And will Scarpetta stop them before they strike again? The climax of Scarpetta is as chilling as it is brilliant. All the threads, past murders, the Daingerfield Jane Doe, and the obsession of a meticulous killer come together. But unlike a typical whodunit, the ending is layered, psychological, and emotionally charged. In the final episodes, Scarpetta realizes that the Daingerfield Jane Doe, the body found on the railroad tracks, is connected to murders that span decades. Every signature detail is there: the missing hands, the carefully staged body, the precise restraint of the arms. But the most important clue is the crushed penny. It's not just a coin, it's a symbolic link between past and present murders, a breadcrumb left by a killer who thrives on ritual. Scarpetta pieces together that the same methodical, sadistic killer has been active for years, possibly decades, and the killings are escalating in complexity. The tension peaks when Ryan presents the kettlebell murder weapon. Scarpetta theorizes that the killer struck the victim, transported her to Daingerfield Island, and finished the murder there, leaving the body staged as a signature. Then comes the shock. The prints on the kettlebell match Matt Peterson. All the evidence seems damning. For a moment, everyone, including Pete Marino, is convinced Matt is the killer. But Scarpetta, with her forensic brilliance and intuition, senses something is off. She looks closer at the patterns. Matt doesn't fit the psychological profile Benton Wesley outlined. The ritualistic staging, missing hands, and obsessive method suggest someone older, more intelligent, and more patient than Matt. The history of murders shows escalation, starting with single women and now targeting married victims. Matt doesn't match the behavioral signature. Scarpetta realizes that Matt is a convenient scapegoat. The authorities want closure, but the truth is more sinister. While Scarpetta unravels the case, the personal drama intensifies. Lucy is obsessed with AI Janet, trying to reconnect with her deceased sister. Dorothy Farinelli pressures Scarpetta and Lucy, creating domestic tension that mirrors the manipulations of the killer. The narrative draws a parallel. Just as the killer controls his victims with precision, Scarpetta navigates a delicate balance, managing her family while hunting a methodical murderer. This makes the story psychologically resonant, not just a crime procedural. The ultimate reveal is subtle but powerful. The real killer is not Matt Peterson. Scarpetta exposes the pattern and clears him, but the true murderer remains a shadow, a constant threat. The Daingerfield Jane Doe confirms the continuity of the killer's ritual over decades. Scarpetta's insights prevent further murders, but justice is incomplete, a classic suspense move that leaves viewers unsettled. This ending reinforces the show's central theme. Evil can be methodical, hidden, and patient, and it may exist beyond our immediate understanding. Scarpetta is the moral center, using intellect and intuition to navigate a world that is inherently dangerous. Despite the unresolved threat, the ending also provides personal closure for Scarpetta. She returns to Lucy, affirming her role as a mother and protector. She shares the infinity bracelet with Lucy, engraved with "Who we are endures forever," symbolizing resilience, memory, and continuity. Benton, her partner and profiler, offers both professional support and emotional grounding, showing Scarpetta can rely on others even in the darkest moments. So the ending works on two levels. Professional, the killer's pattern is recognized, Matt is cleared, and Scarpetta's methods are vindicated. Personal, Scarpetta strengthens bonds with her family, teaching Lucy to navigate danger, grief, and obsession. The season closes with unresolved tension. The real killer is still out there. The meticulous pattern of murders suggests he is waiting, observing, planning. Scarpetta knows this, but she's ready. Her brilliance and instincts make her a worthy adversary. It's a perfect ending for a first season, dramatic closure with lingering mystery, keeping viewers hungry for the next chapter. In Scarpetta Season 1, the truth is never simple. Justice is partial. Evil is patient. But one thing is certain. Scarpetta will stop at nothing to uncover the story the dead are trying to tell.